So this is a pound dollar analysis for Monday the 9th of July. Now let's just have a look at prices and where prices may likely go. So we've seen price come pretty close towards a test of 32.81, had prices return towards that 32.20 with the confluence of the 400 period moving average. We had a brief break above, retest that 32.20, from which we did see a bullish buy side momentum take us up towards that 32.81. Pretty much closed above 32.81 at market open. We gapped up above the 33.04. We saw sell side momentum take us back down towards that gap fill in around the pretty close towards that 32.81, so in towards the 32.80s, from which we have seen a bullish buy side momentum return to market, taking us beyond 33.04 and also beyond 33.50 here to the upside. We did come pretty close towards a test of 33.68, didn't quite get there. What we did see was a bit of a sell side momentum return to the market from this pin bar, but at present we do seem poised for further upside momentum continuation here on the pound against the dollar. So if we do see this continued break to the upside, if we can break and hold above 33.50 and 33.68, we'll then look at the price up towards that 34.29. Beyond 34.29 to the upside, the very next level of note is a move up towards that 34.88 here on the pound against the dollar. If, however, we do see a bit of a counter trend move, especially in light of the strong momentum we've seen to the upside here, if we do see a breakdown from 33.05, we're looking for a move down towards that 33.04, successful break from which we're looking for a move down towards that 32.81, and if we do see sufficient volatility to the downside, we're looking for a move down towards that 32.20 or possibly even that 31.93. In around 32.20, we do have that confluence of the 400 period moving average. Depending on the time it takes to get down towards that 31.93, you could potentially also have the 31.93 in around. We could have that 200 period moving average in around 31.93 acting as a further confluence, therefore thus increasing likelihood of seeing a bullish bounce out at 31.93 from that 200 period moving average confluence, or from that 32.20 from that 400 period moving average confluence. Now we'll just have a look here at the higher time frame, see how prices are developing. So here on this monthly chart, we were in a recovery here to the upside, a bit of a bull flag forming, had fairly to the downside here. So we had the fairly to the downside. We've come down to into the 30s. I was expecting prices to go down towards the 130.30 to be honest, but I'm surprised it didn't. But however, we have found that support, so we do seem poised for a bit of a recovery here on the pound against the dollar. We'll have a look here at the weekly time frame. So here on this weekly time frame, we can see we had a bit of a double top, had sell off, brief pullback, sell off, and now we're having a bit of a pullback here again. So we'll see whether this pullback brings us beyond that 33. Sorry, it'll be 33. I'm just going to have a look here. We'll see whether this pullback here to the upside brings us up towards that 35.16 or that 136. In around that 136, there is a potential for failure, as we have seen a move up towards that 136.57, was it? Let's just have a look. So we saw previously prices headed towards that 136.57, and we did see sell side momentum return to the market. So similarly to the upside, if we do see a move up towards that 136.57, we'll look to see whether we do see sell side momentum return to the market from that level. Now, let's just have a look here at the daily chart. So here on this daily chart of the pound against the dollar, we've had our lows, we've had price breakdown to new lows, had a recovery, had price breakdown to new lows again. We've had this recovery to the upside, a gap up in the market. So we do seem poised from a daily chart perspective to head up towards these previous highs in around that well, we do have the very strong level of 34.29, but more importantly, these most recent highs in around that 34.70 and so possibly in around that 34.29 or that 34.70s before we start to look for price head up towards our 136 with that confluence of a 200 period moving average, thus increasing likelihood of seeing sell side momentum return to market from that level. In around that 136, we've also had this period of consolidation which we weren't able to break above. So it seems to be a very important area, that 136 on the pound against the dollar. And with that said, that pretty much wraps up the pound dollar analysis. Thanks for watching.